Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, in what is surely the first time we've recorded this, and definitely not the second. So I'm Gerry. Joining me today, I've got Dan and Terry, and we are doing a match preview of the upcoming Everton-Watford match this weekend. It's an away match. Everton's going down south to London. To Elton John country. Are they still singing the Elton John song before? I don't think they are, right? They kind of got rid of that. How they were like going to sing Rocket Man or something beforehand. I feel like they've done away with that.
I think they won like 2 games. I don't really know.
Yeah, they swapped out Z cars to I think it was Rocket Man, or it was certainly an Elton John song.
Yeah,
now they've gone back to Z cars. It's a bit annoying.
Yeah,
that's our song. So.
Yeah, well, what do you do? So, yeah. Anyway, sorry, just the idea of the sing along. I'm trying to imagine that getting greenlit at Goodison. No. But anyway, so Watford's current form right now actually pretty good. You wouldn't know it by the fact that they're 19th in the table right now, 5-8-11 with 23 points. But to be honest with you, since Pearson has taken over, they've only lost 3 matches in 11 games. He took over December 6th, or 6th of December 2019. Now, recently, they've lost 2-1 to Tranmere, lost 2-1 to Villa, drew 0-0 with Spurs, beat Bournemouth 3-0. But overall, they're proving a very difficult team to break down, difficult team to beat, which I think that's usually what you want in a manager when you're worried about your team being in the bottom 3. I feel like it's the first thing a manager does is let's be tough to beat. So possible starters: Foster, Mariappa, Dawson, Cathcart, Massina, Chaluba, and Capu in the center. Decore right in front of them, and then on the wings, Deulofeu and Pusetto coming in for Ismail Sarr, possibly, unless Sarr is back from his hamstring. So we'll talk about that. We'll figure that out. And Troy Deeney starting up top. I guess Troy Deeney was one of Steve Walsh's favorites. Always wanted Troy Deeney. So guys, Terry, I'll start with you. What do you think? What are your concerns about this Watford match going forward? I know you've mentioned it earlier, but maybe let's say it again.
It's a pretty obvious one. It's physicality more than anything. That's not to say that Watford haven't got anything about them other than that, but that now they've got Pearson in now, and he seems to have steadied the ship a little bit and got them fighting for results again. And we've shown several times that away from home, if teams rough us up a bit and bully our defenders, then we struggle to cope with that. So that's my main concern. Like Holgate's been playing fantastically over the last several weeks, but he's still only a very slight centre back. So the likes of him against Troy Deeney, I think that'll be something that Watford probably try and target. Try and get an advantage. I don't think they'll put him against Gerry just because he's bigger. I think they'll try and exploit pace either side of him. The pressure as well. The pressure. We've not got a good track record in away games, and Carlo Ancelotti's come in now, and hopefully things will improve incrementally week on week. But it's not going to be able to revolutionise the mentality overnight, and the mentality of these players has historically been quite poor away from home. We crumble, we crack when when things are against us, and that's what concerns me. I don't think we're going to get a footballing lesson off Watford, but we might get some rough tactics, some rough housing, and why not? That's what I'd do if I was in their shoes anyway.
Yeah, when we've talked about this before, you talked about the possibility of Deeney bullying Holgate because he's on the smaller side. But Pearson, I always associate Pearson. I have this image of him as kind of being there's different types of managers. Always see him as sort of like a bully type of manager, which for certain football clubs, that's actually, in certain circumstances, that's the kind of manager you need. I don't know. And it could just be And do I know the guy? No, I don't. I'm basing this off on like 2 incidents that happened to catch the media. So is that fair? Maybe not. Whatever. But, however, it's just the way I see the guy. So Dan, anything that when you take a look at this club, when you take a look at Watford and the fact that they're in a decent form, where do you feel like are trouble spots? Anything that where afterward we may be thinking, oh gosh, we should have seen this coming?
I think it doesn't help playing a team like Watford from what happened last week against Newcastle. This is the last game that you wanted to play. A team that is, they want to stay up. They're starting to get a few points there and there. They beat Man U at home. They drew with Spurs at home. When they beat, it's not hard, but away to Bournemouth 3-0. But I think the mentality will be key on Saturday. Depends how well will they pick themselves up from last Tuesday. How will they cope with a strong side away from home? They've got they've gained 14 points under Nigel Pearson. And yet they're the 19th, but 2 points from 15th. It's so close, and I think a draw will be, you would take a draw anyway, but what happened last week, you want to say you want to win now, but just see how we cope mentality wise.
It'll be really interesting to see what kind of attitude is coming off of us in this one. Is it the kind of thing where we seem, they're professional footballers, so immediately you think, oh, it's no problem. But there is this, once you lose a late lead, doubt starts creeping in.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah, just don't want to go back to it, but look at Derby, last year, or where we lost to a literally last kick, and then we didn't. Then our form was just all over the place after that. So, but then with now it's been 10 days, and Ancelotti is now been with the squad now for a long time now, with no games involved. So he sat them all down, and he's got to work on them one by one. I
would feel like quality managers, when they have that kind of time off, make the best of it and are able to kind of shore up some issues. You just never can tell if a big gap like that after a last minute collapse is a good thing, or if they want to hurry up and play and get the next game over with. Sometimes letting it steep too long, not the best thing. But then again, when you focus on the work you need to do and focus on that rather than in the stuff you can control, instead of what happened last time and in imagining and trying to relive negative scenarios, you focus on what you do moving forward. Maybe you don't have to sweat that. So I think it's a big part of our collective psychology. I'm curious as to how we approach this.
We played well. I think that was the best game that we played under Ancelotti. It should have been about 4-5-0 in the first hour, and then but we thought. Everyone thought we won 2-0, clean sheet, 3 points at home, job done. But what happens at the end, God knows what happened. But Watford's away this is what we need. Is it what we're trying to avoid? I don't know. It'll be a tough test.
All right, let's talk starters. Terry, I can't imagine who you think is going to be starting this match.
I wouldn't change too much from the game against Newcastle because, other than the madness at the end, I think the team put in a good performance. Only slight thing I would change would be, I'll just actually read the lineup. So it'd be Pickford, Coleman and Dean. I think Coleman suits these type of games a little bit more than Dean as the right back. Than Sidibe as the right back, just because he's a little bit more experienced. He's got a little bit more fight, whereas Sidibe's a little bit undisciplined in his positioning. I'd have Mina and Holgate as centre backs. I wouldn't be playing Michael Keane unless there's an injury, to be honest, at this point. Sidibe I would play ahead of Walcott on the right. Was it away at he played? Which game did Newcastle? Yeah, it was Newcastle, wasn't it? Sidibe played at right midfield ahead of Coleman, and then they were switching between the back three and the back four. Then I think we'll probably go with that. Schneiderlin's Elfin centre midfield because, who else? Bernard on the left and Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin up front. Moise Keane scored his first goal. Made up for him. I still think, though, that he'll be spending a lot of time coming off the bench as the first attacking substitute, and starting more home games than away if he's going to be starting games, because he needs to still feel his way into the league, and it's going to be quite a physical game, and it might not be the best game to start him in if you can avoid it.
Yeah, definitely with you on that. And the assumption is that Richarlison is healthy enough and will be fit for this. It won't be ready. Gbamin, who knows? It's Dan has mentioned to us before that there's rumors afoot that he has re-injured himself. We'll see. You haven't really seen a lot of info from Everton on this, so we'll see. Gomez not ready yet, but he's in training with the team, which is cool. Nice to see the second most beautiful man with a beard in the area. So yeah, Terry, reigning champ Terry. So and then so it's, and I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that is probably not going to be in there, but who?
Sigurdsson.
Oh yeah, Sigurdsson's the other one. That's who I was trying to remember.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah, which
goes missing.
Yeah, no idea what's going on with Sigurdsson this season. Or at the end of the season, he's an enigma right now. Anyway, so it's I'm with you on all that. I know we had talked before about how I thought Sidibe may be getting the start because I was concerned about the quickness of Watford's wings. However, I don't know the Pusetto player very well. I don't have a lot of experience with him, watching him play. And to be honest with you, I think this is one of those where we need our captain. We need our captain. I felt like we almost didn't have a captain in the last match, and that was one of the reasons why we kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we needed some. I realized he was on the field at the end, but I feel like this is one where we need someone getting in everybody's shit. All right? Yeah, I said a bad word. Whatever. All right. So anyway, So I'm all for Coleman coming in, and I agree with you guys. I think it's just a smarter fit for this match anyway. So, let's throw our incredibly unexpected predictions out. So, Dan, what's your prediction on this one?
I'll say a draw, even though that you want to win, but you would have took a draw anyway. Tough players, team that is who needs points as well, as much as us. They want to climb that table, and I think draw. Say first goal scored at Calvert.
Okay, so 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just made that up. I had no way of knowing what your real score was. Terry,
1-1.
What is it? Terry, what's yours?
2-2. 2-2 draw.
Yeah. Who's scoring? The one?
Richarlison, first goal scorer.
Okay. And I've got 1-1. I know I just totally blew your minds with that prediction. Gerry Mina getting the goal, shaking it. Yeah. It just needs to happen for the sake of the world.
You want to see his dance?
Yes. Yes. See. Thank you. See, we're just finishing each other's sandwiches now. It's fantastic. All right, so anyway, so I think we've pretty much covered this several times. So I guess that's it for our match preview, and this is our final video of this sequence. So if you want to pop on over to the podcast, there will be a quiz. It's a cage match. Terry versus Dan. Dan's first trivia battle. If you know of your history, we're going to see if he knows his history. It'll be a starting 11 quiz. These two guys' brains will be kind of going like this. It's not going to last super long. It'll be interesting, though, really, with these two guys who go to the game pretty often and have a decent history with the club. These guys will probably remember this. I will say, though, this isn't a super old match. I remember this. So... there's a spoiler alert. But anyway, in the meantime, if you're digging the videos, please subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it if you want more Dan. Dan seeks you out for genuine friendship. You can find him on the streets of Liverpool, and he will sing you that song from The Hangover that Zach Galifianakis sings about being best friends. It's beautiful. Also, the extremely huggable bearded man, Terry. You can find him on the Twitter, just like Dan. Both of them are unafraid to share their views and to just empty their brains and rant and rave. I'm scared to do it because then people call me on my bullshit. But you can find more Terry on the Liverpool Echo fan jury. Check out his Twitter where he'll be there. And that's it, guys. That's the end of this our video segment. Gentlemen, thanks so much. Dan, I'll talk to you later.
Later. Yeah.
Terry, much love, sir. All right.
Much love.
And onward with the pod. Bye. Wow, nailed the lens. Just nailed it like